Hallihallo und herzlich willkommen zum WZK ist Chaos auf Deponia oder Chaos on Deponia. Beides funktioniert. Wieso ich es zuerst auf Deutsch genannt habe, den Titel. Das Spiel ist eigentlich ein deutsches Spiel. Nur leider kann man nicht wirklich die Sprache ändern, beziehungsweise man könnte sie ändern. Dazu müsste ich sie aber in Steam ändern und das heißt, ich müsste alle, wirklich alle Spiele neu runterladen. Und das wird viel zu lange dauern. Von daher werden wir uns die englische Version anschauen. Es tut mir leid, aber ja. Das Spiel ist ein Point-and-Click-Grafik-Adventure und habe ich schon das Unternehmen genannt, Daedalic Entertainment. Heißt Entwickler und gleichzeitig auch Publisher. Das Spiel ist eigentlich ein Indie-Game. Und den Preis, den sollte ich jetzt mal einblenden auf Steam. Das Spiel ist am 12. Oktober 2012 rausgekommen und wir gucken uns mal die Einstellungen an. Das sind die Ingame-Einstellungen. Es gibt dann ein paar andere Einstellungsmöglichkeiten, die zusätzlich noch da wären, die aber auch minimal sind. Und diese Einstellungen kann man dann außerhalb des Spiels aufrufen über einen zusätzlichen Launcher. Bin ich nicht wirklich so der Fan von, aber gut. Sonst die Einstellungen, ich würde mir gerne noch ein paar andere Sachen hier ansehen können. Nur, das ist ein Indie-Spiel, es ist ausreichend, was hier geboten wird. Und es ist ein Point-and-Click, von daher, wir brauchen keinen FOV-Slider oder sowas. Das ist unnötig. Ich habe den Vorgänger schon ein bisschen gespielt, ein paar Stunden. Aber das Spiel habe ich noch gar nicht gespielt. Von daher wird es so ein richtig schönes Live-WZK ist, wo ich nicht wirklich einen Plan habe. Wie gesagt, es tut mir leid, dass ich mir nicht wirklich die Originalversion anhören kann vom Voice Acting auf Deutsch, aber wir werden damit irgendwie zurechtkommen. Ich würde sagen, wir starten einfach ein neues Spiel, oder? Und hören, bevor wir das machen, uns kurz dann noch die Musik an. Ja, also sehr schöne Musik, auf jeden Fall qualitativ hochwertig und vor allem, was ich auch noch loswerden will, solche Spiele kann man dann euch ruhig irgendwie einem kleinen Kind geben und die werden auch Spaß daran haben. Was nicht heißen soll, dass das Spiel nichts für Erwachsene wäre. Es ist auf jeden Fall auch was für Erwachsene. Erwachsene. Gut, neues Spiel. Wir können auch aussuchen, wie wir uns fortbewegen wollen, entweder im klassischen Modus oder in diesem Mausrad-Modus. Nehmen wir den mal. Sieht irgendwie besser aus.
Huh? What's this all about? Isn't that Ms. Hinkle's junk press?
No, that's the junk press from my trawler. You need to help me fix it.
Yeah, but it looks exactly like Ms. Hinkle's junk press from the tutorial in Part 1.
So what? Who's going to notice? Those who played Part 1 don't even need a tutorial.
Yeah, but I bet they're gonna play it through anyway, because they just can't get enough of me. Count me out. I'm definitely not gonna suffer through this whole tutorial thing again. I mean, it was stupid enough the first time around.
Ah, come on. A little repetition can't hurt.
Then how do you explain this blister? That is where I burned myself when I repeatedly put my hand on a hot stove.
You never learn, do you?
Au contraire, I have a nearly photographic memory.
Do you now? So, do you remember how to use the interface in order to talk to someone?
Yes, of course.
Go ahead. Talk to me. Just point the cursor at me and left click as soon as the speech balloon icon appears.
No prompting!
Ja, also das ist das Tutorial und wie man hier hören konnte, recht netter Humor teilweise und vor allem ist dieses ganze Tutorial auch so ähnlich im ersten Teil da gewesen. Wir sollen jetzt mit Bozo reden, also reden wir mit Bozo.
Talk to Bozo.
You don't have to say that aloud.
Hey, who's talking to you?
Hello there. You clicked on me.
Yeah, and I regret it already. But you see, there's nothing left here that you could teach me. You don't even know,
Und da können wir uns aussuchen, was wir sagen wollen. Wie man ein Objekt sich ansieht oder wie man mit jemandem redet.
How to look at an object.
But I already know that.
I see. And how?
I point at it with my mouse cursor and right-click when the eye icon appears.
Nonsense. That's not an eye. It's a ping pong ball.
With a pupil?
Yeah, it's loaded.
Why would they use a loaded ping pong ball as an icon for the action examine?
I'm about to demonstrate that using the small object lying on the ground over there by pointing the cursor at it and right-clicking as soon as the ping pong ball appears.
I'm holding my breath.
Ping-Pong-Ball. Hat er schon irgendwie recht.
What's that?
It's the reactor lead head.
But it was a cathode plunger in the last game.
It's the lead head, believe me. You need it to repair the press.
And how exactly am I going to do that if I can't even pick the thing up?
Sure you can pick it up. Just point at it with the mouse to make the hand icon appear. Then left-click to pick it up.
Oh no, this has to be easier. Huh? Where'd it go?
You put it in your inventory. You know, where all your items go. You pick the thing up. Now use the mouse wheel to open the inventory.
Hey, there it is.
Exactly. Now, this is your inventory.
I knew that.
Here you can view all the stuff you're lugging around. You remember how to do that, don't you?
Außerdem können wir hier auch das Spiel speichern.
Huh. How did this strange thing end up in my inventory?
No idea. You might need it for the tutorial.
Tutorial schmutorial.
And? Any luck combining them?
I'm working on it.
Click on one of the two items with the hand icon to attach it to your mouse pointer. Then click on the other item to combine them.
I was just about to do that.
Immer dieser Besserwisser.
Look here, bozo. I fixed the part.
I won't believe that until I see it in operation.
I know. My handyman skills are really incredible.
So, dann mal schauen, da reinsetzen.
It fits.
Next you need to...
Hey, you don't have to spoon feed me. I'll manage the rest.
Whatever.
Wahrscheinlich hier draufdrücken.
When you're ready, you need to...
Hold your horses, will ya? It's just a button. I think I can manage without your help.
Rufus, don't. You're standing right under the...
Don't panic. You don't think I'd fall for the same feeble gag twice. So, what was that again? I push this button here, and then...
Didn't look all that feeble to me.
Oh Mann.
They came out of nowhere. With their cruisers, plasma weapons, and mechanical beards. Organized. They took our village by force. They left nothing behind but tears and devastation. They were looking for gold and Eclesion, the girl that fell from the sky. And only one person was prepared to save her. He woke her up, contacted her fiancé, and took her to the lower Ascension station, only to learn the shocking truth once he got there. Cletus, Gold's fiancé, wasn't acting out of love. He had an agreement with Ulysses, the mysterious leader of the Organon, and Argus, his right hand. They needed the Ascension codes, hidden away in Gold's brain implant, and they wanted to erase her memory. They wanted to make sure no Elysian would ever know that our world is inhabited. For their goal was terrible beyond imagination. They wanted to blow up our world. But they had failed to reckon with the one. He swapped the cartridges. And he restored Goal's memory so that she could bear the truth to Elysium. The name of this one man, this selfless hero, was Rufus. Dun, 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 dun. Bop, bop, bop.
That wasn't the whole story, was it?
That was the first part. I think it's going to be a trilogy.
Sounds a bit unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievably cool.
But if it really all happened like that, shouldn't I be on my way to Elysium with Cletus? So what are you doing here? Where is Cletus? Why am I unable to remember any of this? And forgive me for asking, but... why is there a burning saw blade stuck in the side of the ship?
Oh, that. Oh, well, I was about to get to that part. So listen up. Da 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 dun 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 dun.
You're being pathetic again about accurate bacteria in the fridge. It's getting boring, but packing bags due to dirty socks ice through to lampshades rim borders on anodons gone. Didn't I explicate it? Are you still not persuaded? There's cracks growing on your tympanic membrane. Remember Deponia, self-sacrifices, and oh gosh, now I have to start all over again.
Huzzah, all over again.
Trash. Trash. And more trash.
Isn't it adorable?
Yeah, sure. Hard to imagine I ever wanted to leave here.
Ah, Rufus. This is the lad I was telling you about.
What? Him? From what you told me, I had imagined a smart young man, not a filthy bum.
There's more to him than meets the eye. When I first met him, Rufus was still a... how shall I put this?
Just say it. I was a self-indulgent slob, but I'm steadily improving.
That's right. Right now, for example, he is helping Bozo to get the trawler shipshape.
So I am. I was going to ask you whether I can borrow your hammer.
No problem. You can take it from my toolbox over there.
Thanks, Doc. You're the best.
I still don't know, really. Something just doesn't seem right about that boy.
But Grandma Utz, whatever are you talking about?
Okay, jetzt sind wir wieder im Spiel. Ich wollte sagen, der Humor ist köstlich. Ist wirklich gut. Die Story ist auch sehr gut gemacht und das Video habt ihr gesehen. Die Mischung aus Ingame und Real Life ist so gut. Spiel ist wirklich gut. Artstyle, seht ihr, ist auch sehr nett gemacht. Ist eher gezeichnet. Sieht fast schon so aus wie auf echtem Papier gezeichnet. Es ist 2D, könnte man eigentlich sagen, nicht wirklich 3D. Und ja, die Steuerung ist eigentlich recht gut. Ist halt ein Point-and-Click. Mehr kann man nicht wirklich dazu sagen. Ich denke mal, ich werde es noch ein bisschen anspielen, damit ihr mehr zu den Gameplay-Mechanics seht, was man da alles machen kann. Aber im Grunde haben wir das schon. Es ist ein sehr gutes Spiel und bietet auch ein bisschen was. Vor allem, wenn man eher so schlecht ist in Sachen Problemlösung, oder nicht Problemlösung, sondern eher in Click-and-Point-Puzzles, dann ja, dann wird man recht viel Spielzeit haben. Mal gucken. Was können wir hier anklicken? Wir könnten hier das anklicken.
Did he even wash his hands?
Of course he did. Rufus is very clean.
That's good. I have a very limited supply of water.
Falls ihr das nicht wisst, die Leute, die leben eigentlich auf einem Planeten voll mit Müll. Und sie haben nur diesen Müll, um zu überleben und damit zu leben. Was nicht wirklich die schönste Aussicht ist, um ehrlich zu sein. Deswegen wollte Rufus auch im ersten Teil abhauen. Jetzt aber nicht wirklich geschafft. Stattdessen hat halt Gold das Mädchen gefunden, gerettet und sie auf jeden Fall aufgeweckt, aus dem Koma könnte man sagen, und ihre Erinnerung zurückgebracht. Das sieht gefährlich aus. Wir müssen nicht mit den Füßen zu nah da dran gehen. So, da haben wir den Werkzeugkasten, den sollten wir eigentlich auch betätigen, sonst kann man auch mit den verschiedensten Leuten reden.
Don't like it when people snoop around and invade my privacy.
Oh.
But Grandma, Rufus isn't a peeping Tom.
Ja, wie ihr sehen könnt, das ist das Bad. Hübsch, oder? Oh Mann. Also die Welt, die ist auch recht cool und lustig gemacht. Sonst können wir halt auch mit den Leuten hier reden. Aber wir wollen zuerst hier ans Werkzeug ran.
Aren't you worried he might steal something?
I trust him completely.
Ach, der Doktor ist echt nett.
Didn't you tell me that he suffers from an exaggerated opinion of himself?
Those days are over. Rufus has learned a lot. He is much more careful than before.
Er ist vorsichtiger als früher. Ja, das glaube ich nicht. Das Gesicht von ihm war so gut.
I hope your young friend doesn't get too close to my John Thomas. The poor thing is so small and fragile.
Don't worry. The Rufus I know loves animals. He wouldn't harm the pretty little head of your John Thomas.
Rufus seems like a brutal thug to me.
Rufus? Brutal? Never.
Oh mein Gott.
I just hope he doesn't turn my whole house upside down.
He's just getting a hammer. How much damage could he possibly do?
Sehr viel Schaden kann er sogar machen.
Can a person really change so much?
It's very simple. Once burned, twice shy. And Rufus has burned his fingers more than once. He has learned. I would bet the house on it.
Keine gute Idee. Keine gute Idee. Schau, was der Vogel macht. Oh mein Gott, ich habe, glaube ich, seit langem nicht mehr bei einem Videospiel so viel lachen müssen.
And you're sure he won't do anything to my John Thomas?
100%.
All I'm saying is that he seems very clumsy.
Your fears are completely groundless. Rufus has become very careful since his last adventure.
Ich habe das Gefühl, dass wir den Vogel irgendwie... Ja, wir können... nein.
And if he has to use the toilet, then he can do that on the trawler.
Of course, Grandma.
It's just that I have hardly any water left.
He's just getting a hammer.
Okay, gut, dass wir kein Wasser haben, weil sonst wird der Vogel weg sein. Nochmal ein bisschen Strom abkriegen. So, was machen wir jetzt gegen das Feuer? Schreiben wir einfach nochmals hin. Schöne rote Finger. Okay, das funktioniert nicht. Dann, was wir versuchen könnten, den Flash-Button. Nein, das bringt auch nichts. Sagen wir nicht, dass ich jetzt schon die ersten Probleme kriege. Weil die Sachen sind nicht ganz offensichtlich. Man muss wirklich mit der Maus drüber gehen, damit man sieht, ob man mit bestimmten Sachen überhaupt interagieren kann. Was aber auch der Fall wäre, dass wir vielleicht einfach raus müssten oder unser Inventar mal öffnen. Was haben wir hier? Ah, wir könnten damit vielleicht das Feuer ausmachen.
Well, I still have my doubts. That Rufus looks to me like an arsonist.
You know what they say? No doubt burns so hot that it can't be extinguished with a wet tablecloth.
But my tablecloth is as dry as a bone. You would set the whole place on fire in the blink of an eye.
Oh, Grandma, that's just a saying. No one here is gonna set anything on fire.
Wenn die wüssten, und ich glaube, ich würde es trotzdem verwenden. Auf ihn kann ich sie ja nicht verwenden. Schade.
Will you promise me that he won't try to knock me out with a blunt instrument to steal my things?
Not Rufus. When I met him, he may have been a bit crude and sometimes even disrespectful. But at heart, he's a very good boy.
Ein guter Junge. Das will ich sehen.
Will you promise?
Not Rufus. When I met him, he may... But at heart...
Okay, das Ding können wir nicht benutzen. Schauen, was da steht.
If that's all true, then he must have turned himself around 180 degrees.
That's how it is. As if someone installed a power inverter in him.
Well, that Rufus looks to me like an arsonist.
You know what they say? No doubt burns so hot that it can't be extinguished with a wet tablecloth.
But my tablecloth...
Okay, das ist wieder dasselbe und das ist auch ein Tipp, wie es aussieht, dass wir das Ding einfach nass machen sollen.
And are you sure he looked to me as though he's too stupid to push a button?
Appearances are deceiving. Rufus is a tinkerer like me. He is perfectly familiar with every type of machine.
Aber okay. Mal schauen, ob wir rauskommen können. Nein. Mal schauen, was sie sagt.
May I interrupt for a moment?
Of course. Did you find the hammer?
Well, not exactly.
It's in my tool chest. You're welcome to take it, as long as you promise not to wreak havoc.
Not me.
Hier in die Ecke geguckt hat. Ah.
May I interrupt?
Of course.
Okay, da kommt wieder dasselbe.
You're welcome, as long as you...
Not me.
Jetzt ist die Frage, wie können wir hier... Das können wir nicht betätigen. Wo gibt's Wasser? Ich bin wirklich... Ah, warte mal. Kann man da irgendwas umleiten? Ich bin wirklich schlecht in solchen Spielen. Ich finde das Spiel genial und lustig und alles. Es sind eigentlich fast nur Pros. Und für den Preis, glaube ich, den es auf Steam gibt, wird es auch recht gut sein. Vor allem hier und da gibt es Steam Sales, wo es dann noch günstiger angeboten wird. Ich glaube, ich komme wirklich nicht weiter. Ich bin da viel zu blöd. Ich bin viel zu blöd. Wie kann man das Ding nass machen? Wie kann man das Ding nass machen? In die Box.
So he's more careful than he used to be?
Yes. He's finally started learning from his mistakes.
I'm sure he'll get the rug all dirty.
Rufus is a very clean person.
He looked to me like he didn't even know how to flush a toilet.
Don't be ridiculous.
Ja. Okay, das Ding können wir hier nicht benutzen. Wir schon da.
And are you sure he looked to me as though...
Appearance Rufus is perfectly familiar.
Ja, yeah. Okay, mal schauen. Was hätten wir sonst noch als Option? Ich sehe sonst nichts, was man drücken könnte. Oder wie man überhaupt an Wasser kommt. Sie meinen, sie hat kaum Wasser, wobei es kommt kein Wasser raus. Ich glaube, ich erspare euch hier das Gewarte. Und wir werden dann fertig damit. Ihr habt nicht wirklich so viel vom Spiel gesehen, aber das ist so ziemlich das Minimum am Spiel. Gameplay ist einfach, ihr seht was, ihr klickt an, ihr interagiert mit Sachen, ihr löst Puzzles. Und das war es eigentlich so ziemlich. Wobei wir könnten den Power-Inverter vielleicht einfach da rein tun.
If that's all true,
That's how it is. As if someone installed a power in...
Okay, das wurde schon gesagt, also das Ding ist jetzt da drin.
what if he suddenly blows a fuse?
Believe me, those days are over.
Gut. Dann können wir jetzt, glaube ich, den Vogel runterbringen. Also wir können mal schauen, ob Wasser funktioniert. Nein. Also versuchen wir das mal.
And he shouldn't give John Thomas too much to drink under any circumstances.
Well, if that's all you're worried about,
Something like that can kill a little bird.
Rufus isn't going to drown your bird by accident.
Aber es wirklich hin. Aber jetzt hätten wir, glaube ich, hier genug, um an Wasser zu kommen. Dreckiges Wasser.
Would ask before he used my water supply, wouldn't he?
Absolutely.
Good, good. I have to get by on what I have until the end of the month.
Ah, haben wir es wirklich hin.
You almost have me convinced, but there is one thing that still worries me. He had better not clog my garbage disposal. The blades are so sharp. Things are always getting caught in there.
Schlechtes Gefühl.
Oh, Grandma, you worry about the silliest things.
Ich habe ein richtig schlechtes Gefühl jetzt.
Perhaps I'm worrying unnecessarily. After all, John Thomas is very good at self-defense.
Oh, Grandma Utz, as if that would be at all necessary.
Der Vogel ist gut. Ich glaube, wir müssen jetzt wirklich diesen Button drücken. Und das wird wahrscheinlich für den Vogel nicht gut enden. Aber egal.
If you promise me that he will be careful, then everything is all right. Just as long as nothing happens to my John Thomas.
Promise.
Ach du Heiliger. Oh mein Gott. Oh Mann.
Then I should apologize. I suppose your Rufus really must have improved.
Sie will nicht wissen, was wirklich passiert ist.
Well, I still have my doubts. That Rufus looks to me like an arsonist.
You know what they say, no doubt burns.
But mine, he would set.
Oh, crap. That's just no
Ja,
one
nicht wieder
here.
dasselbe. So, jetzt aber. Jetzt soll's ausgehen. Wir haben auch ein Opfer dargebracht.
Well, what do you know? Here it is.
Have you found it at last?
Yeah, sure.
It certainly took you long enough. I hope you didn't leave a mess.
Me? No way. But enough chit-chat. Bozo's waiting.
Just relax, Rufus. It's not like anything's on fire.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Er geht. Er geht einfach.
By the way, what's that funky smell? Rufus, have you gone completely off the deep end? You almost set Grandma Utz's heart on fire.
All for a good cause.
You committing suicide?
No, I'm traveling to Elysium.
But Rufus, we've been through all that. I thought you would finally become reasonable.
Become reasonable? I am reasonable. And that's exactly why my plan is gonna work this time.
What plan are you talking about?
Well, what does it look like?
It looks like a madman's attempt to refute the principle of action and reaction.
Close enough.
Goodness gracious me.
As soon as I step on these bellows, the cork will hit the 3 targets one by one. In a spectacular chain reaction, this will cause the rockets to be lit and the safety rope to be cut. I have calculated everything. Just watch and learn. Oh, and keep away from the falling blade if you want to hold on to your fingers.
Da schon wieder. Ach. Okay. Ich hasse HP. Aber gut. Er sollte wirklich aufpassen, weil da ist eine Guillotine.
Watch your fingers, Doc. As soon as the cork hits the 3rd target, the scale will trigger the guillotine.
It would be insane to believe that will work, but it would be even more insane to assume I would be safe here.
An apology is about to be due. You'll see, I will go to Elysium.
Stop it, Rufus. The only thing you will achieve is a spectacular suicide.
Don't panic. I've calculated everything.
Ja.
The first target opens the gas tap on the Bunsen burner, which then lights the fuse.
Isn't it more probable that the cork will simply knock over the Bunsen burner?
My design is based on science, not some nebulous probabilities.
The calculation of probabilities is an integral component of all sciences.
For you, maybe. My science is based on hearsay and inner conviction.
Hören sagen. Als Wissenschaft. Oh mein Gott.
The cork is in place and precisely oriented. Well, approximately precisely. After the cork ricochets off the other 2 targets, it will hit exactly here. I've calculated everything precisely.
How did you calculate that?
Well, the way you calculate things. You lie down for a while, and these mathematical formulas come to you in your sleep.
Nein, so funktioniert das eigentlich gar nicht. Aber okay. Wir wollen ihn nicht aufhalten, oder?
Second, the cork will ricochet off this pan.
I seriously doubt that. On what do you base this assumption?
Well, I drew a target on it, didn't I?
Oh, heavens.
Eine Zielscheibe wird auch nicht wirklich viel nutzen, aber gut. Ich glaube, wir drücken einfach da drauf, weil sonst können wir nichts aktivieren. Viel Glück, Rufus.
Take a good look.
Rufus, no!
Oh nein, bitte nicht. Geh weg mit dem Kopf.
Doc. Uh-oh. Doc, that's not a good place for a nap. The Bunsen burner could boil away the water in the vase any minute. And when the scales pan goes up, it will trigger the guillotine. The fuse is already lit. Doc, are you listening? Wake up! Oh, what a bummer. Save Doc, or go to Elysium. Save Doc, or go to Elysium. Darn it! What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? The gas from the bottle is being blown toward the flames. Unfortunately, it isn't enough to light the gas. Too bad. That would be a cool party trick. Doc! Doc! Are you listening? Wake up! Oh, what a bummer.
Was können wir wirklich eigentlich noch mehr machen? Wie könnten wir ihn retten? Ah, das Messer.
Actually, it should have held. I think I can reach it. Oh, not quite. Must be because of the wind.
Jetzt ist der wirklich angeschnallt.
Light the fireworks as soon as the saw blade is in the air. Then, they will create enough spin to catapult me directly to Elysium. At the halfway point, eagles will start to fly alongside me if my sketch is correct.
Das ist größenwahnsinnig. Was können wir eigentlich wirklich machen? Wir können uns nur Sachen anschauen. Wir können aber aktiv nichts machen. Inventar? Nein, kein Zugriff.
And whoop. Oof. Perfect body control, as always.
Sehr schön. Jetzt können wir damit... Wie können wir ihn eigentlich retten? Dass wir selber einfach das Ding durchschneiden. Das wird vielleicht gehen. Können wir das anklicken? Nein, können wir natürlich nicht.
I could hit that with a well-aimed toss, but that would just trigger the guillotine. And somehow, I doubt that Doc would still be in the mood for thunderous applause.
Okay.
Very clever. I'll simply solve the problem through a process of elimination. Doc will be proud of me if he isn't decapitated in the next few seconds. Very clever. I'll simply solve the problem through a process of elimination. Doc will be proud of me if he isn't decapitated in the next few seconds.
So können wir uns irgendwie freischneiden. Das ist eine Möglichkeit. Sonst habe ich echt keine Ahnung. Ich bin so schlecht in diesen Spielen.
Maybe I can scratch a little black powder out of there. That shouldn't affect the flight characteristics of the saw blade, should it? That tickles. With the right momentum, I could catapult the black powder into the air intake of the bellows. Easy and totally realistic. If the black powder reaches the flames, it could ignite the gas. And then, there's bound to be an interesting chain reaction, whose outcome is very difficult to predict. What am I waiting for?
Er ist größenwahnsinnig.
Oh, it worked! I saved Doc! What?
Rufus! Rufus!
Huh? What?
You haven't answered my question. How did you get here? I just don't understand.
That's because there is nothing to understand. The whole story is nothing but one big, filthy lie. Almost as filthy as Rufus, but not quite.
Cletus?
Of course it's Cletus. Why would that surprise you? I am not the one who barged in here uninvited. I have come to save my planet. Well done, moron. Goal and I had reached an agreement. I was trying to keep the existence of the Deponians a secret from the Council of Elders, so that Deponia could be exploded, but Goal convinced me to tell the truth. We were just about to save Deponia. The escape pod was taking us to Elysium. Now, it's useless. We're not going to make it to Elysium, and the Council of Elders will never learn about the Deponians. Bravo, Rufus. That was a stroke of genius. Don't listen to him, Goal. He's lying through his teeth.
I don't know. His version does sound pretty convincing.
Now, remember, he's lied to you before. The Goal that I know would never have let him get away with it. That's because you only know one part of Goal, the part that is naive and idealistic. The Goal that I know is a fighter who will stand up for what she believes in. But there is a third part as well, and that part sides with me. Isn't that true, Goal? There is no third part. You tell him, Goal.
I just don't know. I can't remember a thing.
Of course you can't. Thanks to this Fleabag's brilliant intervention, your brain implant has been damaged. It's a habit of his. I'll fix it. Don't worry. You still don't get it, do you? We have no use for you here. If you really want to help Goal, then jump. We're directly over the ocean. With a little luck, you may even survive the fall. No! No, this isn't right! Oh, come on. Do what is best for goal. If I'm interpreting the label correctly, this is the button for the ejector seat.
Na gut, drücken wir mal drauf.
I'm what's best for goal. No, don't! Ha! Nothing. Why? I wonder if... Uh-oh! No! Goal! You idiot! Goal! No, 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 no! You blasted idiot!
Cletus, help me!
Hang on! Don't panic! I'll come and get you! Somehow! Do you finally realize the damage you're doing?
Cletus!
Don't panic! I'll get you! Why don't I do everyone a favor and kill you right here? I'm coming, Goal! Hang in there! Where do you think you're going? I'm on my way!
Watch out! The rope's going to break at any moment!
What are you doing? Did you really think you could get away like that? Say bye-bye, Rufus. Cletus! No!
Cletus!
Oh dear, what have I done?
Cletus, der Bastard.
I still can't believe he really did that.
No need to worry, really. He's just like a wombat. He often falls, but he always lands on
all the others. I know. What is that noise?
What the?
Goal?
Don't be silly. If that were goal, the next we could expect... Rufus?
Rufus.
Ouch. Everything's ready for detonation, Bailiff. Acknowledged, Chief Blaster. Anything else? Are there no new instructions? We could start the countdown now. I appreciate your eagerness, but this is not a training maneuver. This is about destroying the zone around the Rust-Red Sea before we blow up the entire planet. I see, Bailiff. Stop interrupting me. I know very well what is at stake here. Do you think I wasn't aware of all the implications? It is true. Inspector Cletus has not yet reached Elysium. We can only guess what kept him. But as long as there is still hope that he will complete his task, we need not worry. Until then, I don't want to hear about any countdowns. Do you understand? Yes, I do, Bailiff. Cletus is going to succeed. He will convince the Council of Elders that there is no sentient life on Deponia. And if he should fail, then we shall see to it that the planet is indeed uninhabited. Dismissed. I have too many worries of my own to deal with your moral misgivings, so get out! Out, I say! Yes, sir. Where the devil is Cletus?
Only the most epic tales feature cool depictions of saw blades crushed into cable boat walls. The attempt, though a blunt stunt, affected goals and planned, which surely can't be blamed on Rufus at all. Reckoning up the sum, the best was yet to come. For the end of part 1 seemed a little too coarse, and to amend we'll send him to attend a second chance for a decent happy ending, a grand fling with dancing and booze and so forth.
Huzzah with booze and so forth.
I think I ought to fire my chiropractor. Doc? Huh. We seem to have docked. But where is everybody? Huh. A note from Bozo, that old pirate. Good morning, lazy bones. Doc took Gold to his office. Huh. Finally someone who uses his brain. She wasn't feeling all that well. Yada, yada, yada. Blood from her ears. Blah, blah, blah. You can find me in the tavern. Tavern? Now that sounds promising. Huh, there's something else. Don't forget to go and see Doc. He needs your help. Why can't they ever manage without me?
Ja, natürlich. Alle brauchen ihn. Na gut. Ihr habt gesehen, sehr viel Story, vor allem eine sehr interessante eigene Story in einer eigens geschaffenen Welt. Mit sehr viel Humor und man weiß irgendwie nie, was als nächstes passiert. Vor allem mit so einem Chaoten wie Rufus als Hauptcharakter. Mehr kann ich nicht sagen, ich kann eigentlich nur die besten Sachen nennen und sagen, das Einzige, was vielleicht ein bisschen ätzend ist, dass einige Sachen halt ein bisschen schwerer zu erkennen sind, was halt drückbar ist, was nicht. Wobei bei Click-and-Point-Adventures ist ja das auch eigentlich der Sinn der Sache. Außerdem, ich bin teilweise zu blöd für die Puzzles und brauche halt Ewigkeiten. Ich hoffe, euch hat trotzdem das Video gefallen und vielleicht beim nächsten Steam Sale oder vielleicht auch davor schon, entscheidet ihr euch für dieses wunderbare Spiel. Ja. Wenn ihr Fragen habt, dann schreibt mir in den Kommentaren was und wir sehen uns dann einfach beim nächsten Mal beim nächsten WZK ist. Bis dann.